There are 1,462 AI productivity tools available today. Most of them are useless, not bad. Not poorly designed, useless. They solve problems you do not have, create work you did not ask for, and promise time savings that never materialize. The average person spends 47 minutes a day managing their productivity tools. That is 47 minutes they could be actually doing the work. I tested 10 of the most popular AI tools in 7 days. Calendar assistants, email managers, task automators, note-taking apps with AI built in. Some saved me 5 minutes, some saved me nothing. One changed how I think about work entirely. This is what I found. Monday morning, 8:47 a.m. My desk looked like a command center. 2 monitors, a notebook, a phone propped up, 2 record timestamps. I had a list of 10 AI tools, a week with no meetings, and a hypothesis. Most productivity tools are solving symptoms, not causes. I started with the calendar apps. The first tool promised to optimize my schedule using AI. It analyzed my past meetings, my energy patterns, my preferred work times. Then it rearranged everything. Deep work blocks in the morning, shallow tasks after lunch, meetings compressed into 2-hour windows. On paper, it looked perfect. In practice, it ignored one thing: other people. My colleagues had their own schedules. My clients had their own time zones. The AI could rearrange my calendar all it wanted, but it could not rearrange theirs. I spent Tuesday morning manually undoing what the AI had done Monday night. Time saved, -90 minutes. Next, the email tool. This one promised to draft replies, sort messages by priority, and unsubscribe me from newsletters I never read. It worked, sort of. The drafts were stiff and required editing. The priority sorting was marginally better than Gmail's built-in system. The unsubscribe feature actually helped. 37 newsletters gone in one click. Time saved, maybe 12 minutes. Wednesday, I tried the note-taking apps, 3 different ones. Each claimed to use AI to summarize meetings, extract action items, and connect ideas across notebooks. One worked reasonably well. It transcribed a client call, pulled out 3 action items, and added them to my task list automatically. I did not have to type a single word. That felt like magic. Until I realized I still had to review the summary, verify the action items, and adjust the deadlines. The AI got the words right but the context wrong. It thought get back to me next week meant Tuesday. The client meant Friday. Time saved, maybe 5 minutes minus the mental energy spent verifying. By Thursday, I was frustrated. 7 tools tested. Maybe 20 minutes total saved across 4 days. The math did not work. If I spent a week testing these tools and only saved 20 minutes, I had lost days of productivity for pennies of return. Then I tried the 8th tool. It was not flashy, no fancy website, no celebrity endorsement. Just a simple interface with a text box and a question. What are you trying to accomplish? I typed my answer: I have too many tasks, too little time, and I keep forgetting things. The AI asked follow-up questions. What kind of tasks, work or personal? Recurring or one-time? How do you currently track them? Who else is involved? I answered. It listened. Then it built me a system, not a calendar, not a to-do list, a system. It mapped my tasks against my available time, my energy patterns, my dependencies on other people. It showed me where I was overcommitting, where I was underestimating, where I was wasting effort. On things that did not matter, this was different. This was not a tool that did my work for me. This was a tool that helped me understand my work for the first time. I spent the rest of Thursday building the system. It took 2 hours. But those 2 hours felt different from the others. They felt like investment, not expense. By Friday morning, I had a clear view of every task for the next 2 weeks. Deadlines, priorities, dependencies, even buffers, time set aside for emergencies, because the AI noted that my historical data showed I always underestimated how long things take. I started Friday with the same number of tasks as Monday. But I felt different, lighter, like someone had turned on the lights in a room I had been navigating by touch. The 8th tool was not the flashiest, it was not the most popular. But it was the only one that understood something fundamental. Productivity is not about doing more, it is about seeing clearly. Here is what most people misunderstand about productivity. The bottleneck is not time. The bottleneck is attention. You can have 8 hours in a day and accomplish nothing if your attention is fractured. You can have 4 hours and accomplish everything if your attention is focused. Time is fixed. Attention is variable. Every productivity tool ever created is trying to solve the attention problem, but most solve the wrong part. They help you organize tasks, schedule meetings, draft emails, the visible work. They ignore the invisible work, the mental load of keeping everything in your head. Psychologists call this cognitive load. It is the weight of unfinished tasks, pending decisions, half-remembered commitments. Your brain treats these like open tabs in a browser. Each one consumes background processing power, even when you are not looking at it. The average person carries between 50 and 70 open tabs at any given moment. Work projects, personal errands, emails to reply to, calls to return, groceries to buy, bills to pay. Some are urgent, most are not, all are draining. The eighth tool I tested understood this. It did not just list my tasks. It captured the entire web of obligations, dependencies, and mental notes I had been carrying. It asked about everything: the quarterly report due in 3 weeks, the birthday gift I needed to buy, the follow-up email I kept postponing, the doctor's appointment I had written on a sticky note. When I finished the setup, something strange happened. My brain went quiet. Not empty, quiet. The background noise of remembering stopped. Because I no longer needed to remember, the system remembered for me. This is what productivity tools should do, not help you do more, but help you hold less. The human brain evolved for hunting and gathering, not for tracking 47 simultaneous projects across 5 different platforms. When you offload the remembering, you free up the thinking. Friday afternoon, I tested the ninth tool, a calendar assistant that claimed to protect deep work time. It scanned my calendar, identified potential interruptions, and rescheduled non-urgent meetings automatically. It worked reasonably well, but it felt redundant now. The eighth tool had already taught me to protect my attention. I did not need another tool to enforce it. The 10th tool was a disappointment. An AI writing assistant that promised to draft documents in seconds. It generated 3 pages of plausible but empty text. Correct grammar, correct structure, no substance. Useful for first drafts of routine emails, useless for anything requiring original thought. By Saturday morning, I had tested all 10. I had logged every minute saved, every frustration encountered, every moment of genuine insight. The results surprised me. Total time saved by tools 1 to 7 and 9 to 10, approximately 47 minutes over 5 days. Total time saved by tool 8, impossible to calculate, because it did not save time, it changed how I used time. Before tool 8, I spent an average of 2 hours per day in a state psychologists call attention residue. Switching between tasks, recovering from interruptions, trying to remember what I was supposed to do next. That is time that does not show up on timesheets but shows up everywhere in exhaustion. After tool 8, attention residue dropped to maybe 30 minutes. Not because I worked faster, because I stopped forgetting, stopped wondering, stopped the constant mental scanning for what I might be missing. That is 2.5 hours a day. 12.5 hours a week, 50 hours a month. 50 hours of reclaimed attention. The tool is called Sorted. You have probably never heard of it. It does not advertise. It does not have a famous founder. It is just a piece of software built by people who understood something most productivity companies miss. The goal is not to manage time. The goal is to manage attention. Here is how it works. You start by dumping everything in your head. Every task, every obligation, every half-formed idea. Work stuff, personal stuff, stuff you have been meaning to do for months. You type it all in, no filtering, no prioritizing. Just get it out. Then the AI starts asking questions. Not generic questions, specific questions based on what you entered. If you type finish quarterly report, it asks, who needs this? When do they need it? What format? Do you have all the data? If not, where is it? Who else is involved? If you type buy birthday gift for mom, it asks, when is the birthday? What is your budget? Do you have ideas or need suggestions? Should it be shipped or hand-delivered? Question by question, the AI builds a complete picture of everything you are carrying. It connects related tasks. It identifies dependencies. It spots gaps you did not notice, like the quarterly report that requires data from a colleague who is on vacation that week. When the picture is complete, the AI does something remarkable. It builds you a plan, not a to-do list, a plan. With timelines, priorities, buffers, and contingencies. It shows you what is realistic and what is not. It flags when you are overcommitted and suggests what to postpone or delegate. It even accounts for your energy patterns: deep work in the morning, shallow tasks after lunch, meetings when you are most social. The first time I saw the plan, I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was accurate. It showed me exactly why I always felt behind. I was trying to do 47 hours of work in a 40-hour week. Every week, for years, the AI did not judge me. It just showed me the math. Then it asked, what can we move? What can we drop? What can we automate? I spent an hour answering those questions. By the end, my week looked different, not empty, but possible. 40 hours of work in a 40-hour week. For the first time in years, here is what I learned from this experiment. Most productivity tools are built by people who think productivity is about efficiency. Do things faster, check more boxes, optimize every minute. That approach works if you are a machine, but you are not a machine. You are a human with limited attention, limited energy, and a brain that was not designed for the modern world. Real productivity is not about doing more, it is about doing what matters and forgetting the rest. The tools that help you forget are more valuable than the tools that help you remember. Because remembering is expensive, it costs attention, energy, peace. When you offload the remembering, you reclaim all three. I still use some of the other tools. The email assistant saves me a few minutes. The calendar tool occasionally catches conflicts. But Sorted is the only one I cannot imagine living without. Not because it is the most advanced, because it is the only one that treats me like a human. 1 week, 10 tools, 47 minutes saved by the others, 50 hours reclaimed by one. That is the difference between productivity and performance, between busy and effective, between surviving your workload and actually doing the work. The tool that blew my mind did not do my work for me, it helped me see my work clearly. And sometimes, seeing clearly is all it takes. If this video felt like it was made for you, that is because it was. Money stress is universal, but the solutions do not have to be complicated. Every week, we break down the psychology behind your financial decisions and show you exactly how to keep more of what you earn. Here is how you can help this channel grow. Subscribe, tap the button below. It is free, it takes 1 second, and it tells the algorithm that content like this matters. Like, hit that thumbs up. It sounds small, but likes push this video to people who actually need to see it. People just like you, sitting somewhere right now, stressing about bills they should not have to stress about. Comment, tell me, would you let AI handle your bills? Why or why not? I read every single comment, and the conversations we build here become the next videos I make. Share, send this to one person, a friend, a sibling. That coworker who always talks about money, but never does anything about it. Sharing this video might be the push they need. The algorithm rewards engagement. But more than that, engaged viewers build a community, and a community of people who think differently about money. That changes everything. Subscribe now. Join the movement. And I will see you in the next video.